Well, hello. Hello, 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 hello to the CXOXOXOs.
When
Wait,
someone asks me how I like recording pop girlies, you know what I say?
what do you say, Maria?
I love it. I love it. I love
Love it,
it. I
love
love
it,
it.
love it, love it, love it, love it.
Do you know what I just was thinking of? You know that song? X's and the O's. We need to
They
have like
want
a
me.
CX's and the O's. They hum me.
In the CXOXO jukebox musical, X's and O's is the opening number.
Absolutely. It's like the opening up of
Oh
CXOXO the
God.
musical. Maria, I heard that song in the wild the other day.
Oh my God. I actually did too recently. I think I heard it in the grocery store.
Would you have been an anaphylactic shock if it comes
I would have
on?
started I would have like broken out into hives.
She would have started crying.
For context to new listeners, that is Maria's least favorite song of all time, opening up from the musical Waitress.
It's my least favorite song of all time. And no, I will not be elaborating.
Oh,
Oh, great.
I think you have elaborated before.
Yeah, you've elaborated.
Well,
Find it
yeah, that's what
somewhere.
I'm saying. I've elaborated in the past, so I'm not going to elaborate now. Okay.
Uh, oh,
Okay, dude.
okay, my God.
What? I feel like we're all having tunes right now, so I just
Uh,
wanted to contribute.
What?
I could not have less of a tude.
The gaslighting
I'm so
here.
tudeless, I can't even stand it.
All right. Well,
I'm in the city of kindness, Miami, right now.
Girl, you're in the Magic City.
you're in
I'm in
Chromatica, Kindness Punks.
I'm in kind of yeah. Yeah, CXOXO actually takes place in a city in Chromatica.
Yeah.
It does kind of give Chromatica when you really think about it. If you're a real music person, you get it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Uh what does it give me? Honestly, kind of like not in any way aesthetically, musically, or thematically, but just spiritually, it really gives me Lotus by Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I think
Okay.
maybe in the flop of it all and like
I
the
mean,
like
Yeah.
how derided it is in some online circles. Maybe that's what it is. But then also beloved in other online circles. Well, that's more of a bionic. Lotus is not really beloved by anybody not named me.
but if you're a real Levi person, you
If
get
you're a
Yeah.
it.
real Levi person, you get it. Well, Maria, do you want to start up
Your
everything?
hot track.
My hot track of the week, I would love to. So this is a song by an artist that I have like just recently heard of. I feel like she's kind of like just now breaking out into the scene a little bit, but I've still yet to listen to her album. Levi was talking about it in our group chat. So I only know two of her songs, but the one that I like saw people talking about online, so I like went to listen to it. Also has a really cool video. Is the song "Do It" by Underscores.
Mm.
I've had like multiple people tell me that I need to listen to the full album, so I will definitely be doing that. But I was just loving that song so much. It's really cool because it's like very like kind of clashy and electronic, but then it also has this like consistent like acoustic guitar strummed melody throughout it. So it's got this like really cool juxtaposition and it's very danceable. So I just thought it was a really cool song. So that's my hot track.
Slay.
T. Levi,
See,
Slay.
what's your hot track?
My hot track. My hot track. Um, I actually had a hard time because there were a few contenders in my head of things that I could pick. But I'm gonna go with a song that I listened to for the first time last week from an artist or a band I like. But I
band.
just oh Maria, you know what we're about to get into.
Wait, I do?
Well, we had been texting about it all on Friday, so it would be sad for me if you had blocked out the memory of my me. Um, Because I'm about to tell everybody to not delete the kisses. Don't
Right.
delete the kisses by Wolf
Guys,
Alice.
don't do it.
Don't do it. Great song. Love. I mean, the thing
Great
about
song.
me and shoegaze, if the shoes are gazing, I am there.
If I've got shoes on, I'm probably gonna be gazing at
I'm
them.
probably gonna be gazing at them. I only want shoes to gaze at each other. I love shoegaze. Anything that is shoegaze anything, I want it now. And it's just shoegaze perfection. And like the concept of like it, like what if it's not meant for me? Love. Think about that.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Ugh.
And that whole album's really, really good too. I listened to the whole album a few times and I really liked it. But that song in particular, imagine me on Friday walking because I got to the O'Hare Airport before my traveling companion. I was out of town this week, and and imagine me walking around for 45 minutes listening to that on loop because that's what
I
happened.
mean,
So you don't have to imagine it because
that's what happened.
it's also the most realistic thing you could probably think of.
Yeah, I
You
was
don't
gonna say,
really
yeah.
have to push the boundaries of your mind. But yeah, that's mine.
Oh.
So there we
Tea.
go. And round
Um,
us out, Drew.
yeah, mine was also really hard to decide. Um, but I ultimately went. I've been listening to this album a lot this week, and it just recently passed an anniversary. Miss Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. And she released this like new cover and like some bonus tracks or whatever. But my favorite Ariana song of all time is Moonlight. And so I'm gonna make it my hot track because I've been listening to it so much this week with the whole anniversary, 10th anniversary edition that came out.
How do you feel about the anniversary cover? Do you like it?
I do. I like the cover. I like the OG cover.
More?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No,
I know Levi
no.
doesn't like it, but
Well, my eyes don't like it.
right,
The nerves that have to send the signal from my eyes to my brain don't like it.
Oh my God.
right.
Do you like it, Maria, the original cover?
Um, I don't know if I have a super strong opinion on it, to be honest. I don't dislike it, but I'm not obsessed with it. I'm pretty lukewarm when it comes to Dangerous Woman album cover.
Mm-mm. That's my reaction. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. I mean, I think the
Mm-mm.
face that she's serving in this cover, though, is like pretty fierce.
The
The
new
new
one or
one or
the
the old one?
The old one.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
that's what I like about it too. I also like the way the black and white filter is.
see what
XOXO.
I don't like the border at all. At all. And I actually kind of don't really like the photo.
Oh,
I like her face, but I don't like that like the mask is kind of in like it's kind of shadowy and I don't know if that's also just because of the filter. So I feel like it makes her head look bigger than it actually is.
Right.
Um I don't like the font. I don't like the words. I'm surprised you like it, Drew. You're Miss Anti-Word.
no, I actually I love both fonts.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm. The one time, because I feel like I'm normally defender of the fonts.
Yeah, I know, but for I actually yeah, I really love the font.
Well, there we go.
Well, we had
Well, we had it.
We're
it.
dissenting opinions.
Do you like the new cover, Levi? No?
Love the new
Oh,
cover.
you do.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's like a great, I mean,
I
it's
mean, she looks
very,
stunning, but
to me, it's
yeah.
very like Taylor's versions, like new Ariana recreating old Ariana. Like I
Yeah.
found that very touching, and I thought it was like clever to do the white suit, kind of both as a contrast to the original, but also like if that it felt like post Glinda Ariana a
Yeah.
little bit to me, which I also appreciated. Um, I actually listened to that album too last week for the first time in a really
Oh,
long
really?
time. Yeah,
Love.
good album.
Oh, it's so
Good.
good. It
Many
starred.
people were surprised that I gave praise.
I know. I was waiting for something.
No, it's good. I like it. I don't do. Am I going to listen to it every day? I don't
No.
think so. But I like it. It's good. Oh, he gave it to me every day,
Every day,
every
every
day,
day,
every
every
day.
day.
He gave it to me. I mean, that's a hit.
A hit, girl.
And then Into You is just like
I mean,
the most Fritz
I mean,
Bernaises of
tell
all
me
Fritz
what you came here
Bernaises.
for.
Yeah.
'Cause I
ugh,
can't wait no more.
stop.
You guys know that the title track was originally supposed to be given to Carrie Underwood?
Yes, you were the one who told me this,
That was supposed to be a Carrie Underwood
and
song.
I can hear it.
I can hear it too, and it's made me like the song less.
Oh, just the concept of.
The concept that I can hear, I'm like, oh,
Ooh.
Well, and
Ooh.
did you know before she got this song, the album was called Moonlight?
Oh, of course I knew.
Moonlight Bay on Snapchat.
Of course I knew because I was there. Because you remember the botched lead single of AG3 before it was removed from Humanity Focus? That came out
Focus on me.
on my birthday, and I was so gagged for it. And then I listened to it, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
I like Focus.
And that, I believe, was, yes, that was the same birthday I was called fat by my drama teacher.
Oh,
Because I had two drama teachers in high school, one I'm really close with, and
the
another
latter.
one. Um,
Not this.
and she called me, yeah, she said that I would become a leading man when I lost a few pounds. She said that on my birthday to me.
The
Oh.
disrespect.
And so then imagine that the Ivy woke, I'm ugly, fat as a house, and I go home and I'm just trying to have some good time with my fucking Ariana Grande. And I open my phone and I hear this shit. You know, it was just horrible. It was so scary. It was so
That's
sad.
awful.
It was the saddest thing I've
Wait, you
ever
don't
heard.
like that song? Focus?
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you, Maria?
Um, I don't know. I feel lame, but I this it's also a song I feel indifferent on. Like it
Yeah.
played
I
so
mean,
much on the radio when it came out. Like
yeah.
it didn't get to the point where I was like, "Oh, I can't stand it," but I wasn't like scrambling to go listen to it on my own, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Drew, I love that you love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was supposed to be the lead single though, was it?
It was. I was there because that was when I was super into like Stan Twitter and my music forums, and it definitely was marketed as such or like received as such. And then since it
Oh.
kind of didn't pop off, there
Oh, I don't
was
remember that. See, I thought it was like she released it like for Halloween.
what about that song as a Halloween song?
Well, because she did a whole like I remember because I was huge Ariana stan at the time, and I remember she did like a live stream for like Halloween. I think it was like an iHeartRadio thing or something, where she did this like Q&A and she did this like huge Halloween like concert thing. And she was like, "Yeah, I just made this single like as a standalone because I wanted it to be like a Problems bigger sister kind of thing."
Okay, well, I don't know what the hell she was smoking because literally on the Wikipedia page it goes originally intended to be the lead single off of Grande's third studio album, Dangerous Woman, then named Moonlight. The song was scrapped from the album.
Oh,
So she,
oh, yeah, girl. I don't because I don't remember that. I rewrote that history.
there was, well, you were duped by Miss Grande apparently with whatever. I don't know why she thinks this is a Halloween song,
Yeah,
but that's
girl.
interesting.
I was on the live stream. It was a Vivo stream.
Oh God, Vivo, what a moment in
Ugh.
time.
Wow, what a moment.
Well, should we get into the
Yeah,
CXOXO
let's get into
gig?
this gig.
Okay.
Okay, CXOXO is the fourth studio album by Camila Cabello. It was released June 28th of 2024. The genre of the album is classified as pop and hyper pop, but it also has heavy influences of alternative pop and hip hop. She made it with a bunch of different people, but one of her main collaborators on the album is Jasper Harris, which she talks a lot about, which I'll get to. Um, it also features a lot of guest vocalists, including Playboy Cardi, Lil Nas X, JT, Young Miami, BLP Kosher, Drake, and it also has uncredited vocals from Pink Panthers. Um,
Really? On what song?
yeah, I think like the whole thing, Pink's on.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Pinky Pink.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's, oh my God, that's so interesting to me.
News
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Uh, it's 14 tracks, 32 minutes, so very short runtime. She did release a deluxe version, the Magic City edition of the album. I just want to focus on the standard version. The deluxe came like very much after, and it very much is in the camp of like deluxe versions that are released now, where like you can tell that they made it after the album's release, so it doesn't really feel as much like a like full body of work. So I'm just focused on the standard version of CXOXO. Um, but yeah, it was first hinted at for I Love It, the first single, which came out March 27th of 2024. The song did not do very well to like Camila's standards. It only peaked at 81 on the Billboard chart. Um, and that kind of goes to like start this era being a commercial kind of downfall for her. It was the only album that she released that did not debut in the top 10. It debuted at number 13 on the Billboard 200. Um, yeah, and this is her fourth album. So she had three albums, you know, get in the top 10, and this was the first album that missed. Um, so yeah, so it kind of started a little rough for Miss Cabello. I feel like I Love It coming out and kind of introducing this era. She obviously had a change in appearance. She like dyed her hair platinum blonde. Definitely a change in sound. Obviously she is pretty, you know, pretty poppy in all of her other earlier works. There's definitely kind of like a like kind of songwritery vibe, very like Taylor inspired to her lyrics and all of that. And this album is like very hyper pop, very different than all of that. And I think a lot of people too were comparing this kind of transformation of her to this new sound to Charlie XCX, because this was also the summer of Brat Summer, and so Charlie had kind of already started to pop off when this was kind of coming into fruition, and I think it, you know, came at a bad time in pop culture. But yeah, it's kind of going back into the album. The influences that she had were actually early 2000s hip hop and Lana Del Rey. So kind of somehow combining both of those together. She also she did an interview before the album was like formally announced, and before a lot of people knew about the sound of it, they just knew about I Love It. She did an interview with Jake Shane on Therapist, and Jake asked like what she was listening to when she was making the album, and she named like a lot of early 2000s hip hop, Lana, but then also she talked a lot about being super inspired by Boy Genius and the record when she was making CXOXO, which I don't
Interesting.
really see a lot in the sound at all. But she like talks so much because I've been listening to so much Boy Genius while I was making the album, and so it's like blending this indie side of me and this like hip hop side of me.
I guess I can hear that like in 20 something maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, definitely the Lana, for sure.
For sure. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it's also really interesting because obviously Drake is like on the album. He has like literally his own song on the album, but I don't. She didn't do a lot of press because I feel like the album just kind of was, you know, going to tank, you know, regardless. But so she didn't do a lot of press when the album came out. But I'm really interested to see how Drake got on the album because in this interview that she did on Jake Shane, and I don't know, maybe she was trying to like not give away that he was on it or if this really didn't happen, but she was like, yeah, I played my album for Drake because I thought he would really like it. And it turns out he like really liked the album. And I'm like, but girl, what album did you play him? Because he's on like
He's
two of the
on
songs.
he's on it.
So I'm wondering like how that all came into fruition, but yeah, it's just really interesting. Something else I love about it is just all of the different collaborators that she had. I had literally not heard. I think there's like 8 producers on it, and the only people that I had heard of were Jasper Harris, who she worked with previously. Or no, she hadn't worked with him previously. And so I thought that was really interesting. I didn't know any of these collaborators, which I thought was really cool. It obviously talks about her upbringing in her huge connection to the city of Miami, where she, grew up and had like incredible inspiration from. But it also touches on her relationship with Shawn Mendes. That it's her first album really coming out of that relationship. There's some songs on Familia, which is her album before this, that she kind of talks about it, but um, it definitely feels like a lot of reflection on that era of her life. And also, after Familia, they kind of rekindled, as we all know from the love triangle of Sean, Camila, and Sabrina, which she also touches on in the album. Another thing that was really cool at the time, she didn't really tour this album very much. Um, she had like a small tour like a year after the album came out called Yours C, but she didn't do any shows in the US. She only did like international shows. And really the only performance that she did really in the US was actually a Coachella performance before the album came out with Lana. So that was really cool. Lana brought her out in her headlining set, and they both sang "I Love It" together, which I thought was really funny. But yeah, also something that I'm interested to see what you guys think about. It very much feels like a mixtape in the idea that there's a lot of like voice memos and interludes and things like that. And so yeah, there are a lot of those from people that we like don't really know, which I think is really cool. You can also tell that some of them are like from home videos and things like that, which I think is really cool. And I feel like isn't that common in like somewhat mainstream pop artists doing. And yeah, and the last thing I'll note is this is actually, and I didn't know this before doing the research on this album. This is a departure from her record label. So she was signed to Epic Records for her first three albums, and then this album marks her new kind of journey with Interscope. So
Oh, I
that's
didn't
kind
know
of
that.
cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So
Well,
yeah,
hashtag interesting.
I know. Yeah, and obviously, we'll get into like thoughts on the cover, but I'm really interested to see what you guys think of the cover. So like, make sure you share your thoughts on that, girl.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Um, and yeah, it has a 64 on Metacritic, which is like not that great to note. But it did get a 6.9 Pitchfork score, which like I
Higher
feel
than
like it's
Tortured
kind of.
Poets Department.
Oh, really?
Yes. They gave it a 6.6,
Oh,
6.6. Rude.
rude. Okay, I'm so excited
Not in my
because I don't
world.
really know what. Like Levi and I talked about it a little bit, but I can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Well, what is the
Hey.
pecking order, ho?
Oh, I don't know. Let's do Maria first. Let's do Maria first.
Okay. Okay, cool. So,
MXOXO.
yeah.
XO M XOXO.
Well, yes. So this is my first experience listening to this album. I remember when it came out, Drew was like absolutely living, and I think we went to a Camila night at Scarlet.
I was gonna say this wasn't your first time because we went to the night.
Well, yeah, but I don't think we got there right when the album started, to be fair.
Oh.
Either way.
Oh,
Um,
It's
well,
also
no, I'm
hard
just
to like
saying.
it's also hard to like actually like listen to something for the
it is
first time
hard.
in that
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
Like it's like impossible, I feel like, to like retain anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like technically, my first front to back listen of Lover was in Scarlet.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Whoa.
But I feel like I can't really still say like, oh, like I've really heard and absorbed the whole thing. Like I would definitely need to go back and basically be like, yeah, this is my first listen of it.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
so but yeah, so this is my first experience like actually sitting down and listening to the album. I had of course heard I Love It before. And then I think maybe the only other songs I had known before this were I think Chanel Number 5 and then June Gloom on the recommendation of Druita. So yeah, so I I'm not a frequent listener of Miss Camila. The only other time I've listened to her music, like gone out of my way and intentionally listened to her, is when we did the episode for her album Romance. So she's still kind of like uncharted territory for me when it comes to her discography. Um, and yeah. I I will be honest, I can't say that I loved this album. I didn't hate listening to it. It was definitely a unique experience. I feel like I can fit this album in with kind of a family of albums where not that they're like misleading, but the vibe they give off almost makes you feel like, oh, well, this is going to be something like fun and clubby and upbeat and dancey. And then you listen to it and it turns out to be much more like moody and introspective. And I don't say that as like with a negative connotation at all, because I think an album that came out around the similar time that did a really, really great job at that is Something to Give Each Other by Troy.
Mm.
Because I like loved Rush when it came out. I mean, I love that song beyond. Like, basically a perfect song in my opinion. So then when the album came out, I was almost like, I mean, I was kind of like disappointed with it on my first listen because I was like expecting every song to sound like Rush. So I was like, wait, this isn't just like a dance floor club album. I was like, what the heck? I feel betrayed. But then once I got to know that album more, I just had so much more of an appreciation for it and like really fell in love with every single track. So, I'm not sure, I don't want to say a no, but there's potential for me to have that relationship with this album. Like I definitely think there's room to grow because again, I wasn't expecting this to be so yeah, just like kind of moody and a little bit like gloomy. So I was like really intrigued by that because again, like the album cover I think would make you think that this is going to be like a little bit more fun across the board with the name too, and with I Love It being the lead single, I think it does kind of give you the vibe of like, oh, like, okay, we're gonna dance, you know? I do think, and obviously Drew touched on this, but I think this coming out around the same time as Brett did it such a disservice because it's just not similar at all, like at all. I think some of the visual cues kind of are unfortunately similar. And again, like I think the timing was just bad. Like the font choice that she used, like not the graffitied one, but like just the more basic font, I think is like kind of emulates like the Brat
It's like
vibe.
kind of like the same. They both are
Yeah,
like Arial narrow, and I think the
right.
CXOXO is just a bit like messed up. I think it's maybe a bit like squished
Yeah.
together a little
It's
bit.
like, yeah, like a tad distorted. So yeah, I think that did it a disservice. Um, but again, like I don't think this is like the strongest contender for that kind of like dancey slash moody album. I definitely think there's better examples of it. And then same thing kind of goes with like again, like Drew said, it's got a lot of voice memos. It kind of has this mixtape vibe. I think an absolutely incredible example and kind of the blueprint for an album like this is Capra Songs by FKA Twigs.
Hmm.
I think those like that album and CXOXO I think are much more similar than like Brat or anything else that people tried to compare it to. For that quality of like it kind of feels like you're going on a bit of a journey. You get these spoken word elements in it, and it is just like a little bit more like emotionally driven than something that's like, oh my gosh, let's just, party and dance. Which, I will say it's like not like Brat is all just party and dance. Like there's definitely some introspective lyrics on there too. But it just has a completely different vibe. So yeah, this album I think kind of made me kind of yearn for that Capra Songs experience. And they kind of are utilizing this like same shade of blue. So I was like, oh, we're so close. Like I think it could have been something really neat. But I think in this specific scenario, all of the features and all of the memos and kind of interludes, like I think just for me, I think unfortunately it makes it feel a little bit more scrambled up and all over the place. And because I feel like, it kind of emulates some of these other albums, or at least like album experiences that I've had before, like this just didn't really feel super unique to me. But again, I definitely was intrigued and enjoyed how it was like a little bit more dark than I expected it to be. Um, so yeah, and I do like the cover. I think it's fun. Um, I I think if I had to say one thing, if I had to be nitpicky, I it kind of pisses me off that she's off center in the cover. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just something with my eyes. It's like it just bothers me. Like her face isn't right in the middle. It's just like a little bit off. But, it's fine. Um, but I will say there was one song in particular that it'll obviously be my favorite track once we get to our favorite tracks, but it was like my favorite by a long shot. And I wonder if it's like gonna be a surprise. I don't know. Because I haven't heard like Drew specifically talk about it ever, I don't think. So I'm curious what you guys think of that song because I was like, ooh, I could actually definitely see myself coming back to this one. Um, but I'm glad that you picked it because it's one that, we've talked about like in passing over the last 2 years, like since this album has come out. So I'm glad I finally listened to it because I know Drew really likes it. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be coming back to it in all honesty, but I'm definitely excited to hear your guys' thoughts.
Hashtag
Yay.
truth that.
Truth that.
Truth.
I'm
Yay.
interested to see what the song is. I'm
Yeah.
I
intrigued.
have a guess of what it is.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
I have a
oh,
guess, and we'll see if it's true.
we'll see.
Yes. Sounds good.
Okay, Miss Levita, what we
Okay,
got?
LXOXO. Yeah, I'm super happy that Drew picked this album. I think it's gonna be it's a really interesting record to think about, I think culturally. I think it occupies very interesting time, interesting space because it came out, I think, at a very interesting time in pop music. 2024, I think, is my favorite year musically, like at least like in terms of like pop music culture, probably this decade so far. Um, and it came out, in June, and that summer was home to really three narratives in my mind. One, Chaperone, which doesn't really have anything to do with this, but then the two other stars of the summer are Sabrina Carpenter, who is obviously, as Drew mentioned, entangled with Camila, and Camila plays a part in Short and Sweet, is mentioned a few different times and alluded to in a few different places. And then Charlie XCX, who, of course, Camila got caught in like a copycat allegation, festival with. I will say, I think like I Love It is definitely the song that leans, I think, the most Charlie, because that's the one that I think is most overtly influenced by hyperpop. And like, of course, there's the like kind of surface level comparison of the repetition of the chorus being similar to Charlie, and then Charlie playing it up by emulating the video that Camila had posted of her, because Camila had posted a video of her in the backseat of a car with her head out the window listening to I Love It, and then of course Charlie does the same thing, copies that but with her song. um that I think was like obviously Charlie playing into this, I think, brat persona that she had created. um I find that a little classless, to be honest with. It's really classless. Um, I kind of I think that if she hadn't done that, honestly, I think this could have been received differently. I kind of think her setting that like narrative that there was this, you know, stealing of ideas or aesthetic, and that happening while Charlie's having this huge major cultural breakthrough moment. I think that like really kind of did poor Camila in. Like kind of in any context, she was overshadowed by, one of either Sabrina or Charlie, the biggest stars and stories in pop music in 2024. But what I will say about this album is I think it has absolutely found a life online. I certainly see people still talk about it. I don't think it obviously has not, come close to achieving the kind of widespread resonance that Short and Sweet has had or Brat has had, but I definitely think it has fierce defenders, Dorita being one of them. Um, and I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really good. I felt really bad for Camila when this was coming out, and she was just getting like dog shit piled on online, kind of, I feel like, for no reason. Because I had read that interview that Drew had alluded to that was published, way before we heard anything sonically. And I thought like it was like really interesting. Like I was like, this is like a very interesting kind of idea and aesthetic and sonic landscape for her to play around with. And I love it. I was huge day one. I love it warrior. And I remember in the group chat being outnumbered. I know I'm Drew's, I think, come around to it
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah, of
But I
course.
do know in the moment that I was outnumbered. And
It
I
was
just
it was very much a what is this?
there was just something I just thought it was so cool. And like I just was like, this is crazy and cuckoo. And like there was a coolness to it that I just thought was so interesting. Um, And so I listened to the original album, I would say a little bit when it originally came out. You know, I don't know if it really stuck a lot really stuck for me. And I think I'm kind of in a similar place right now, which is there are individual moments I love, 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 love. And I think overall as an album, I really admire it and respect it. I think more than like love it because I think the switch up of sounds and just the complete new like change of identity of who she is as an artist, the kind of music that she's making, the kind of like album narratively, thematically, structurally that she's creating, just to make a switch up that brazen, I think takes a lot of balls. And I think it's cool. And something that I respect so much about her, and one of my favorite aspects of this whole kind of era, is how dedicated she was to the era itself. Every performance, whether it was on an award show or the Lana Festival appearance or her own festival appearance, it was like curated to exist in this world that she had created. I think that she really built a universe with this album, through the visuals, through the sonics, through the performances that like feels very specific to me. It feels instantly recognizable. And it kind of does transport you to a place. I mean, I've only been to Miami a few times, but even then I can see the influence and I can, imagine if I'm having a crazy ass Miami night, cruising down street, maybe I'm gonna be turning this shit on. Um,
You're gonna be Dade County dreaming.
yeah, yeah, city girl, yeah, exactly. So that's something I love about this album, and I think is really, really cool. I think musically, I think the production is like really cool across the board. I think it's really well done. I think you can certainly tell that there are a lot of different influences being pulled from. Maybe this is like revealing genre bias on my part, and like I'm fully admitting that as somebody who prefers pop music, but I think the album is most successful when it is more melodic and less kind of emulating the structure of rap. I think that there are a lot of moments that both sonically are very hip hop indebted, but there was this interesting quote that I saw in the Apple Music description of the album where she talked about wanting to structure Chanel Number Five like a rap song, but like keep it being a pop song, which I think is a really interesting idea. It doesn't fully land for me because I think she's at her best when she's singing a crazy ass hook. I think that she's such an interesting voice, and like the I love it melody. I think that verse melody is so great. I think the pre-chorus melody is so great, and then just the ridiculousness of I love it, 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 I love it. Like that, I craved more of that. I think that I would have loved to see a world where this maybe honestly was more brat-like and more leaned into a hyperpop sound because I think of this album, I honestly get all the influences, but I kind of think of it as a little bit more indebted to this like hip hop, like bass heavy Miami sound rather than hyperpop. And I do think it is interesting that I think it kind of culturally exists more as like a hyperpop thing, but like there's like so many rappers and like hip hop artists all over this album. I mean, literally Drake has a solo song. Like I feel like that to me, there's more. I don't get what the fuck she's talking about with this boy genius. That's cuckoo. That like that has nothing to do with anything. I mean, I feel like she just wanted to share that, which like preach, but like truly, that's like me, like, I don't know, making a sandwich and being like, I was really inspired by like taffy. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
I see a little bit of the boy genius, just a little, but it's just so Lana.
Yeah, like that. And I guess it's also because like Lana had a great 2023 too with Ocean Boulevard.
Yes.
So like, which like I think this album is certainly pulling things from the Ocean
Yes.
Boulevard. Like this album is Jimmy Jimmy Cocoa Puff.
Oh, you're so right.
I mean, Camila was pissed that Lana didn't give her A&W.
An A&W remix.
Yeah. And I love that like Lana became a Camila stan in this era. I think that's the funniest thing ever.
I mean, I think this is the era where Camila became a Lana daughter.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
Like,
For sure.
obviously she's so indebted to Taylor, but like this is definitely like
Lana,
Camila
yes.
getting into her Lana
Yeah.
daughter bag.
Taylor like had neglected her because she was tending to her other daughters, and
Yeah.
Lana got custody, and
Yeah.
this is what happened. So yeah, like I think the ideas here are really awesome. I think the aesthetic is really cool. It honestly just like the songs themselves, I don't feel inspired by the majority of them. I can enjoy them on like a surface level, but they're not something I reach for outside of a handful of tracks. So like it's unfortunate when like you're so invested in everything kind of except for the like music itself, because that ultimately is the most important part of an album. But to me, this like kind of gave me a new respect for her as an artist, as somebody who's willing to take a chance in a crazy vision that is super specific, a huge risk. And I love that she stood by it, even when it didn't maybe get the cultural and commercial success that she had hoped for, that anybody would have hoped for when they make something. So that to me is like my biggest takeaway. And one of my favorite songs of the decade is also on this album, which I think Drew probably knows what it is.
Well, of course.
And I think Maria probably could guess what it is as well. I just know that Drew and I have talked about it. But like that is one of my favorite songs of the
Oh,
decade
it's
easily.
easily her
Ooh.
best song.
Yes, agreed. Like easily her best song. In Levi opinion. So
Jeez.
Like, where was the Tay praise on that?
stay around to find out what
Yeah,
it is.
stick around for now.
Okay, Drew.
Okay, thank you guys so much for your thoughts. I just will go into just a little bit more of what I have. Yeah, I obviously really like this. I kind of what Levi was saying. I was not really into the lead single, because I honestly did kind of buy into the nachos of it all. I was getting so Charlie.
Before nachos was in the lexicon.
Right.
by
I'm
the
so
way.
dead. The nachos of it all.
The
That's so
nachos
good.
of it all. That's so good.
Imagine
I
somebody
just
not
so-
knowing what the fuck reheating nachos is, like hearing that and being like,
Huh. Interesting.
well, now that don't make no kind of sense.
But I definitely was like, okay, this is like just Camila trying to do a Charlie XCX song, which from listening to the whole project, I really don't think that's what she was trying to do, which is so funny because it like that chorus just is so Charlie. So yeah, a huge bummer that like this was the lead single because I genuinely think it was a good lead single choice. Too.
I agree as well.
Like I really just think that it came at the wrong time.
I mean, like, and of course, who could have predicted that Charlie XCX would become a mainstream
Right.
artist, right? When this thing was
Right.
that she would break out of the asylum. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody could have predicted that. So like, it just was like really shitty timing.
Yeah. But yeah, something that I love so much that Levi was talking about. Like I love kind of eras that kind of bring this whole like atmospheric vibe to it, and this so fits that to me. But something that I love so much about this is like I feel like a lot of eras like this that are kind of artists going from this like because her first three albums felt very like perfected and like they felt very like expensive in a way that like they were geared to be these successful pop albums, and this album to me doesn't necessarily feel that way. Like, I mean, there are interludes, there are like voice memos on this. There are like, I mean, I love it. Really, to me, seems like the only big like song that would be on the radio on this album. Like maybe the Lil Nas X song, but not really. I mean,
I could
and
see
he was
like
getting into trouble at the time, so
I could see
like,
Dade County Dreaming, maybe.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like
Um,
sort of kind of.
Yeah, but like clearly I love it was like what they were
Yeah.
trying to do, but so I just love that about it. Like I love that she was just kind of going for like, yeah, I just kind of actually just want to make the music that I like. And I was reading in her Zane Lowe interview, she talked a lot about like how she feels like she's a weirdo, which like I feel like her social media presence definitely like gives that vibe. And her kind of personality I feel like doesn't really match with like the perfected pop music that she was making. And so something that I love about how messy it is it feels so much more her and so much like more vulnerable to who she actually is. But then it also is so cool because you get these like super like fun like these love songs that she would have written on another album, but you get this kind of like weird vibe to it that she isn't really afraid to dig into this. So I love that about this album so much. It feels so authentic, which I feel like a lot of time, like I honestly I compare this album a lot to Bangers by Miley Cyrus because I feel like so much of what Miley was making before Bangers was this kind of like perfected thing, and then Bangers you really felt like you were getting a more authentic version of her, but it was kind of going to this like hip hop pop, but then there are also songs like Adore You, Wrecking Ball that are kind of more emotional.
That's a great comparison.
Obviously this is a different thing. Like Bangers doesn't feel as much as like a mixtape as this does, and Bangers obviously had such a huge cultural impact. But yeah, I get so much of that when I listen to this. But yeah, it I love listening to this front to back. It obviously like it really takes me into the world. I love listening to it in like big headphones. And yeah, I also think this is like a huge, like she's already such a strong lyricist. Clearly she grew up like talking about how Taylor Swift was what made her want to write songs. So like clearly she's coming from a good place. But I love how like funny some of these like love songs are. Like songs like Chanel Number 5 and 20 somethings I find like so hysterical in a lot of their lyrics. And then also there's a lyrics that's I go soprano, baby go down low.
I love that lyric. I go soprano, baby, go. And you have, and where he leads, I've got
I
to
gotta
follow.
follow. I also love the part, I think it's in 20 somethings, when she goes, about to lose service, I'm in the elevator. That part. I love that part. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I just don't really remember that.
They lost service, they were in the elevator.
Yeah, I lost service when I heard that.
But yeah, I mean, and I love like the color scheme and like all of the visuals. I think, I mean, if we're comparing, I mean, I think this is a way better visual album than Brat.
Oh, whoa.
I do. I
Hmm.
do. And I love her hair too. I love the blonde.
I don't think I can go fully with you on that, just because
Oh,
I do
really?
think Brat is one of the best executed album marketing campaigns of all time.
But like the photos of Charlie, like when you're looking at all of the
No,
photos of
yeah, I love those photos.
okay, okay.
And like I think they're used in such an interesting way in like the packaging of the album and like the way that like how the photos were chosen for the single, like doing the Girl So Confusing cover art and having it be the one of her looking in a mirror where it looks like there's two people. That's just if that's like Fritz
I mean, it's your
Bernayisms.
tea.
Oh, is it
No,
not
like
Stevie?
it's that girl.
I mean, it's that girl. So I don't know. Yeah. But I love that you love that, and I love that you have that opinion.
I love it.
I
I love it. I love
I
it.
really like. I hope you know sincerely from my heart. I love that you have that
Yeah.
and that you think that. I
Yeah.
just can't agree with
I
you,
do.
Maria.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I mean, visually, I'm Brat all the way.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
talking to two Brett Warriors over here.
yeah, I mean, like, I'm not as familiar with the visual experience of Miss CXOXO, but I mean, every single picture and every kind of visual choice that was made for Brat, like, yeah, I'm
You
on board.
ate.
Like, I was living for like every stylistic choice.
I will
So,
say though, I love the CXOXO album cover. I didn't say that in my thing, but I
Yeah.
love the album. I think at first I didn't like it. I think I might have texted you that it was Chop Boots, but actually, it's Gag Ho.
Yeah.
It's
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 gaggy.
I love it, and like
And if it were more culturally relevant, I feel
it'd
like
be
it
iconic. But also, it kind of being such a flop makes it iconic to me as well.
yes, totally.
But like, I love the blonde hair in her.
I
I
do
think I think
too.
A she like kind of looks better blonde.
I do too.
But I also just think it's so I love like a hair change in an era. I'm such a
Same.
sucker for it. I love like when you can look at a photo and just from someone's hair, you know exactly what era it is. And like I think that like the blonde is really like
It's so
indicative of the
CXOXO.
world of CXOXO and this kind of character that she had created, this like universe. Like I love like the imagery. I think it was in the I Love It music video, but I also think it was maybe featured in some performances and maybe the album photo shoot. But like the imagery of like the pink like robber masks that like her like
Yes.
dancers had, I thought that was super cool.
Very like Spring Breakers.
Yeah, the spring, which again, another Florida. I don't know if it's Orlando.
Yes.
I think it's Miami.
Florida.
I think it's set that movie's set in Miami.
Yes. Yep.
Anyone? Check, check. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it definitely is. Yeah.
So like yeah, I think again it like builds on like kind of the mythology of what Miami feels like rather than maybe what it actually is.
Yeah. Whoa.
That was kind of academic.
Kind of tea. Okay, wait, let's do our Holy Trinities and me's. Let's do the me's first. So, Miss Maria, what are we feeling?
um, hmm.
And I didn't like include like the voice memos and like clear interludes, but I'm sure you all weren't going to either. But if you want, you
Yeah.
can.
So this might be a basic answer. I don't know, but I'm just gonna go with it. And I feel like it Loki still counts because it's on the album, but like it's I don't know. I guess it's not a Camila song, but I'm gonna go with the Drake song. I'm
Lovely.
also just like not a Drake fan. I feel like over his entire career, there's I think like maybe three songs where I'm like, yeah, this is fun, like the Passion Fruit song and maybe like one other song, but I'm just not a Drake fan.
Do you like Hot
And
Like Bling?
Oh, I love Drake.
no,
Oh,
no.
you
Oh,
do you do you like his verse on What's My Name? I love his verse on
oh,
the
I
square
heard you
root of
good with
69
them
for days,
soft
I'm
lips.
right? Because I've been trying to work it out. Ow, girl, we white wine. I come alive in the night. Maria's not having it.
It took me a
Girl,
second. It took me a second to like remember what you're talking about, to be honest. But yeah, yeah, it's fine. But I'm just not a Drake fan. So
that's fair.
this was the moment where I was like, I could take some more Camila songs, and but then the rest of the songs after that are just Camila. So I was like, this is nice. But but yeah, it's gonna be ugly. The
You
Drake
ugly.
song, ugly. The Drake song.
Uh,
Yeah,
ugly.
mine's also ugly.
Oh,
Um, I think the idea of having like a guest do like a whole song is interesting. I don't love it, but I do think it's like an interesting idea and like definitely kind of plays into this mixtape, loose, weird, jagged edges type of a feel. I think it's just a, kind of like it's more of a track listing thing. It's just a lot of Drake. Like, I think if there are two features on an album, like if someone's featured twice, I don't think they should be right by each other because I feel like he's doing a home invasion and is taking over this world. It's also interesting to me that he was the person given like his own big moment because there's something like very feminine to me about CXOXO, and I don't know if I like needed a full moment with a man. Like, I'm okay if they come on talk to us, but for a little bit. But I don't know. There's something about it that I don't really think gels with, I think, the way that I interpret and see the world that this album lives in. And I just don't think it's like if it was like a standout, like complete smash, I think that would be a different thing. And then it'd be like, okay, like, kind of despite whatever, it's like amazing. But it's not that, which I think also makes it seem a little worse, um, you know, in practice. But I don't hate it. And like, there's no song on here that I hate. I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
Yeah. I always, when I listen to it, I always see it as like a way to like come out of Hot Uptown and into like the next. I see it as more of like I know it's not like necessarily an interlude because it is like a full length song, but I do kind of see it as like a way out of Hot Uptown and into like the
Like a
kind of
transition, kind of.
moodier. Yeah. Um. But yeah, mine. So mine is not You Ugly. Mine is actually, and I was very shocked, and I literally had to do a song sorter today to figure out what my least favorite song was. And I agree with myself. Mine is actually BOAT.
I feel like I hear people talk about that song a
A
lot.
lot of people love BOAT. And I mean, it's a great song. I think, I don't really, like, I'm not obsessed with the production, specifically the that, I don't really love that.
Well, you know what that is, right?
It's a sample. What is it?
It's the hotel, motel, holiday
Holiday
inn.
Inn.
Yeah, because I mean, 305, Pitbull.
Right.
That's funny.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the lyrics though, and it's obviously about Sean, which is like lore for me because huge Sean fan. But yeah, it just there's so many supermodels on this that like you just have to choose one.
Totally. Totally.
Okay, we get to find out what the Maria number one is
Yes.
that we've all been. Did you, Pop Girlies Nation? Did you make it to this part of the episode? Well, you're about to find out.
Yeah. So, my number three of my holy trinity is going to be I Love It. Because I honestly think I can appreciate just like the sheer ridiculousness of the song. Like, it's just like I feel like it's the one song that kind of leans like, well, yes, it's like kind of got this hyper pop influence, but I feel like it's also kind of campy and like maybe
Oh,
it's like
totally.
unintentional, maybe a percentage of intentional campiness. Like it's just silly and ridiculous. And even if she didn't really intend for it to be that, like I think like I still get a kick out of it. It still kind of makes me chuckle.
Oh, I
And
feel like
not
she
not
was.
like I'm a laugh and not like I'm laughing at it sort of way, but like I feel like I'm kind of laughing with it. Like I feel like it's the song is inviting me to like think it's kind of funny, you know?
Oh yeah, I got the vibe that she was trying to be campy, for
Yeah.
sure.
I would say it was more intentional than not as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah. So that's gonna be my three. My number two is Dade County Dreaming.
love.
And honestly, what carried this song for me is the City Girls rapping over that piano.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
Like
it's
that
good.
that part hits and I'm like, whoa, this is like beyond awesome.
This is music, bitch.
This like that piano is so haunting. Like it's just such like an unexpected moment. And I was like, I'm living for this. So that's my number two. And my number one, girl, is BOAT.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you were living, girl.
I was living.
I love that. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. I loved the sample, but that it wasn't like literally like let's just copy and paste um the Pitbull song. Like
Yeah.
I liked how the sample was kind of reimagined. I feel like I could have done either with or without like the actual chanting of the lyrics of that song in this song. Like I think it's kind of fun with them, but I feel like it would have been like a little bit moodier without them, but either or, you know? Um, but yeah, I just liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was living. Like this one was the like really the one moment on the album where I was like, nice. Okay, yes, like I'm living. So
Whoa. Okay,
Whoa.
so my guess was Dade County Dreaming. So I got
Okay, you were
you're
close.
close.
kind of close, but
Oh, Dade County Dreaming is so gaggy.
I'm gagged that it was Drew's me. That gags me.
I had a feeling I was like, I bet this is in Maria's top three. Because I knew, because I was like, Maria loves to clock a sample.
I mean, yes.
Not a
Yeah,
soul can clock.
not a soul can clock.
Not a
Soul
soul
can
can
clock.
clock. Okay, my turn.
Okay, Miss Levita.
So my three was Keisha and Sonia and Tanya and Monique. I love Dreamgirls. I love that hook. It was Keisha, it was Sonia, it was Tanya, it was
It was
Monique.
Monique.
I mean, that's just good. Like,
That should have been on the radio, girl.
yeah, I love that. I think that hook is just so fun, and I really like that song. And after we're in Drake land a little too long, I like that we're talking about girls. That we're not
Yeah.
talking about boys anymore. It's a good swerve. My number two is I love it. Just like
Oh my
fun,
god.
weird, experimental, intelligent, stupid, beautiful, ugly. Like it's kind of like everything and nothing at the same time, which is amazing.
Is your favorite line, and I love it, I go soprano, baby go down low?
Of course.
Mine is when she goes, seeing stars. Oh my god. I literally say oh my god like how she says oh my god
I
now that I
love
hear
that
that
part,
song.
but the soprano, baby, it
Her voice also is so good on that part.
because like she's singing high, like a soprano, and then she goes down low when she's singing down low. Like
It's
there's not
wait,
something that they
Levi,
just make.
now that I'm looking at the photo of Camila, and then because Levi, if you don't know Pop Girliesation, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you freaking should. But Miss Levita now has platinum blonde hair, and I'm like, I think I need Levi to have like the full Camila
My
locks.
full wig,
Like I want like the full bangs and like the full down to like your butt.
LXOXO. No, I also we didn't talk about the lemons on the chain with the V guts.
Ugh.
I love the chanting on this album. I think the chanting is one of my favorite parts. I've been doing is chanting shit from it was
Oh
Kanye,
my god.
it was Sonia, it was Tanya. Yeah, love it. But then my number one, easy number one, is June Gloom.
Right.
June Gloom is just such a standout moment that fans still talk about. The songwriting, I feel like it's like maybe like from a writing perspective, most classic Camila, but it has this like moody, atmospheric production. I love that like it's also like kind of sexy. When she's
Oh
talking
yeah.
about like, does she get this wet for you? Like it gets explicit in a way that like maybe you're not anticipating it based on how it starts out. I think it really takes you on a journey. I think there's a lot of really weird melodic choices. I love the imagery of the lyrics like June Gloom, Tool Fog. I might as well say meet me in Montauk. Cold beach, you walk. I feel my body scream when you talk. Like I think that's just like poetry. And I love the if she's so amazing.
Amazing.
I love that part. I also love the I guess I'll fuck around and find out. Like the way
Ugh.
that she sings that. Yeah, I just love the song. So easy
It's
number one.
amazing.
Okay, your turn.
Oh yeah, that was your. I want
You
you to talk
go.
about more. Um, so my number three is also Dreamgirls. I
Whoa.
mean, it's a standout moment that fans still talk about. I mean,
Absolutely does.
it's beyond, and that was my favorite when I first listened to the album. I was so obsessed with Dreamgirls, but I mean, it's my number three, so obviously still obsessed. But My number two is Hot Uptown.
Oh, so you like that Drake tea?
I love that Drake tea. I think he fits so well into this. Yeah, I mean, I would love to hear Hot Uptown on the dance. I just think it's so good. I love like they're kind of like back and forth on it too. I think it's so good. Yeah, no complaints on that one. Um, and then my number one is, I mean, it's June Gloom.
So I love it's not in your top three.
No,
Whoa.
but of course I love it. I love it. I love it. For me though, June Gloom, obviously the lyrics are so amazing, obviously so Lana T. But for me it's that production in that outro.
Oh, the outro's so good.
Her like getting to that belting part and then the outro coming in is like insane to me.
No, it's so good.
Yeah. You know what it kind of reminds me of?
What?
It reminds me kind of the I get the same feeling listening to that I do Labyrinth by Taylor Swift.
Totally, I totally get that. I totally get that.
Oh, it's so good. And I
Okay.
also love the outro too of Dreamgirls. That you didn't mention the to other
Oh,
girls who are learning to be women now.
well, I'm sorry that I
No, no,
said
no.
that.
Like I
Thanks for
like you
correcting me.
no, like you mentioned so much about Dreamgirls, but like that was the one other perfect thing about it that like we hadn't mentioned
That
yet.
I threw shade to by not mentioning.
Right, well exactly. And you
Well,
hate it and it's fine.
yeah, and it's ugly and stupid.
You ugly.
Okay. Okay. Are we gonna break out these utensils and give our scores?
Well, of course.
Yes.
Well, Drew Fork, start us off.
So I what's the opposite of tank?
Serve.
So I'm gonna do that because I have a feeling that it's gonna be a joint
Hold my
Marie
hand,
by
tank.
tank. So I'm gonna go at a 9.7. Seeing stars, oh my god.
Because you love it,
Well,
you love it, you love it, you love it, you love it.
well, of course.
Okay, Maria Spoon, scoop it up for me.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna go in at a solid six. Six XOXO.
And then I'm gonna go in at a 7 XOXO.
Okay.
6, 7.
Hey,
Oh,
Well, you had to do it
horrible.
to him. Um,
Horrible.
okay, and so this is a respectable score because the average score is a 7.56, which
okay.
let's compare that to when we did romance. When
Romance, I
we
think.
when we did romance, no, this is higher than romance.
Oh,
This is higher than romance because romance got a 7.36.
okay.
So I gave romance a higher score, but both of you gave CXOXO higher scores because
Oh,
Maria,
girl, Maria hated
well,
romance.
Maria did give Maria Spoon, well, Maria is Maria Spoon. Maria gave romance 5.9, and then she gave
She
this
gave
a
six.
6.
Okay.
And then Drew, you gave this a 9.7, but you only gave romance an 8.3.
Yeah,
So it was
I
really,
feel like that tracks.
I think it tracks too. And I liked romance more.
Yeah, that tracks.
That tracks
I
for
mean,
me too.
romance has used to this on it. That's so Levi T.
Well, romance has
Shameless.
oh many songs on it. I mean, like
Living proof.
living proof. Let's let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's go listen to the romance episode.
Well, Drew, we CXOXO'd. Thank you for bringing
I
this
know. I'm so happy that we like done this.
understood, misunderstood 2024 pop record into the
Yes.
forefront again. And
Well,
then,
yes.
Maria, would you like to let us in on what we're doing next week?
Absolutely. So next week, we are going to be talking about an artist who has been spotlighted so far in some hot tracks, but we haven't ever talked about one of her albums. And I'm so excited just because over the last like maybe like 6 months or so, I've just gotten like so into this album and just so into this artist, and I'm really excited for her new album this year. We'll definitely be talking about it once it comes out, but I wanted to have like a little bit of a precursor episode and talk about this album just because I would love to have like a deeper conversation about it with you guys and know your thoughts. I've talked with Levi a little bit about this album, but I would love to, just kind of crack it wide open because this album I think is so spectacular. But we're gonna be doing Raven by Kalela.
And we'll be healing.
And oh my God, we're gonna heal.
There's like so much healing going to be happening. It's like I can't even stand it.
I cannot even stand it. It's gonna be so good.
Well, I'm so excited to heal.
I'm so
Yes.
excited. I need the healing.
Yeah, we need the healing
Yes. Oh
bad.
my gosh, you are not even ready for the healings of this album. I'm like
Can you
envious that
even
you get to
stand
listen
it?
to it for the first time.
I mean,
It's
yeah, it's.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to listen to it, Drew. It's great. Well,
Awesome.
I'm gonna go say meet me in Montauk.
I'm gonna go lose service because I'm in the elevator.
Well, I am gonna go cry because I'm pretty when I cry.
That's
Oh, pretty when I cry.
that's
We
so
didn't even talk
true.
about that.
Okay,
Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
Dr.
XOXO
T.
Shanti.
bye.